adrenaline can sometimes, if you don't use it correctly, can mess up your plan because it's draining. It sucks your energy. It's like wasted adrenaline, you know? You have it. And for Pacquiao, he came in so full.
Okay, guys, let's talk about Pacquiao and Bradley's
Let's talk about Pacquiao
fight.
That was crazy, right?
So,
I ban you to hell if you lose.
so
I think, look, this is what happened. Bradley Pacquiao. Coming to this fight, Bradley came with an excellent game plan. He was impressing a lot of people. A lot of people weren't expecting his aggressiveness. I just think he ran out of energy and air in fifth round, and then Pacquiao went to work and to take care of business. I still feel that Bradley's up there in the top. He belongs there with Pacquiao. It was a good strategy. Then he started playing around a bit, ducking shots, and started getting confident with that. And he was mocking Pacquiao, and I think that's what hurt him. He should have just stayed focused and actually boxed. And I think he would have been good, but he lost.
What really happened was that Bradley had a plan, but halfway into the fight, he lost that plan, and during his training camp, he didn't train for that type of conditioning. His conditioning was lagging, especially from the 5th round on to the 12th. His stamina wasn't there. His training was not as it should have been. Mentally, he was prepared, but physically, his conditioning was not. He spent too much energy in the first 4 rounds, and along with physical energy, I think he spent a lot of emotional energy, and that's what drained him. After that, he looked very sloppy, and you can see he was going to lose a fight from the 5th round on. So, kudos to Pacquiao.
I think that this fight was, like the commentators were saying, that Bradley went in there trying to knock out Pacquiao, which he also tried to do that to Ruslan Provodnikov. And the crazy thing is that Bradley looked the same on both fights, ready to give out. He's drunk fighting. So maybe what it was, he looked in condition at the Marquez fight. He fought the 12th round, he looked good. Maybe his issue might be his mental, that he too emotional in the ring when he should possibly be focused. And
you mean he was not emotional with Marquez fight?
He was focused.
He was focused.
He did really good.
Why this time with Pacquiao he was?
Well, he did it with Ruslan first, and the reason he did it with Ruslan was because he was depressed after a whole year of when he won the fight and he really lost it with Pacquiao. He got a death threat and he got fat and he got depressed. So he went out there trying to prove a point, and he tried to knock out Ruslan Provodnikov. And in the process of that, he almost got knocked out, and he was fighting drunk then. But he won the fight. He did really good. Now, this fight was similar to that. He went in there with a purpose of knocking out Pacquiao. Maybe he should have just went out there and tried to beat him convincingly, which he could have done if he would have stayed with the game plan. But unfortunately, he didn't, and it's boxing. He's just going to learn from the next fight. I mean, he's still a great fighter. I still put him in the top 5 of boxing right now. I think he's great. I think he still has more fights to learn, and I think he still did good. Even though he gave out, there might be a lesson for the next fight. You know, just train just train to fight 12 rounds, and don't give too much emotional, don't get too emotional in the ring, I guess, you know? Just stay focused.
Right.
What happened to Bradley is that he lost his intensity halfway into the fight. he forgot that he had already convinced himself that he can do this. And so he lost the battle in his own mind. Whereas Pacquiao, he was confident the whole fight.
Uh-huh.
Bradley lost his confidence and intensity halfway into the fight.
That's true.
So psychologically, if you're not prepared, there's a 90% chance you're going to lose a fight. So Bradley, be focused, be confident, be intense, but convince yourself you're going to win, and you may next time.
Would I want to see a third fight? I don't want to see a third fight. I think Bradley should move on, do other stuff, fight other fighters. Pacquiao should do the same. It was a good fight. I think that the game plan was good. He didn't stick with the game plan. He decided to go with his own game plan, and that's what hurt him.
Let's move on to Pacquiao Marquez 5.
And then 6 and 7.
That's right.
So you guys wanted to see again Pacquiao and Marquez
That's the next fight.
Yes. Even after
Just,
Marquez already
why don't we just make
reassured
Pacquiao?
to the public that he...
There's nobody else for Pacquiao.
Mayweather. Just have that Mayweather fight.
As long as Bob Arum manages Pacquiao, he's never gonna fight Mayweather. The only way Mayweather and Pacquiao will fight is if Pacquiao walks away from Bob Arum and does his own thing.
But even like that, I think Mayweather wins, honestly. And I think what Bradley was saying about Pacquiao is true. He lost his fire. He was not as aggressive as he used to be in the past.
Well, unlike Mayweather, he's really a smart boxer, huh?
Yeah, I
intelligent.
like
You know
has
what,
power, and even up to the 12th round, he still have
he still
energy.
looks fresh. I think it's true. Bradley lost his fire. I don't think he was as aggressive as he had been in the past, and I think this fight proved it. Pacquiao, Freddie Roach was claiming that they were aiming also for a knockout, and no knockout there. Yeah, I mean, Pacquiao has knocked out an opponent in the last 3 years, and this is another fight that he didn't do it. Did he choose not to knock him out, or he just lost the fight? That's the question.
As Mayweather wins every time, that built up his mental strength. So mentally, he's always focused because every fight he won helps him know for sure deep inside that he's the man, he's a champ. When you have that focus, it's a big advantage over your opponent. If you look at Marquez's focus, you can see in his eyes he never looks like he's a loser in the ring. He never loses his focus. He's lost fights, but he never loses because he lost focus. You know, the other fighters got him, but that kind of intensity and focus is only at that level where Mayweather is. It's up there, and the more you win, the more confident you are, and that usually beats the other opponents before they even step into the ring. Anyway, good night.
Good night.